Welcome back to Roast, Post, and Toast podcast. I'm your host, Magno, this week. We got Shorty.
What's up, guys?
And we also have two special guests. First off, Princess.
Hey.
And Nela.
Hey, guys.
And we're going to be discussing a lot of topics here today. But one of the first topics is a lot of people had grievances with one of the hosts. He goes by the name of Magno, supposedly. And there was... that's what I'm at. Who's
I heard
that?
he's a rapper.
I don't know who he
Never
is.
heard of him, though.
Never
Yeah.
heard of him, man.
I don't own an album, but
It is the roast section. It is the roast section.
It is the roast section for a reason. But I mean, so what you guys have in your mind? What did I say that ruffled a couple feathers?
Look at Nela trying to figure out where do I start on the
where do
list?
I start?
I know one of them was that people got mad because I said after my first rejection, like after someone rejects me, that I'll be like, no, I'm not pursuing you no more. And people they sent me DMs like, yo, why? Like, it was crazy. It was wild.
And what was your
understand.
answer to that? I'm sorry.
My answer is the same thing that I said on the podcast.
I just don't understand why they're mad at you.
Yeah, it's not that
Like,
serious.
you-
I know. Why are they worried about
Why
it?
they mad at me? That's
Right.
why.
They're mad.
Like-
They're mad that you took that action.
They're mad-
Because they don't make moves, that's why.
My thing is, why are you mad that I got rejected and don't want to continue pursuing someone that obviously doesn't want me? Like,
Well, maybe if you pursue a little harder, maybe it would have worked out.
see,
you
I don't think I don't
that
think
goes back to what I said
What?
with these like high expectations.
Oh.
Yeah.
one thing I want to.
Why does he have to go through like hell and back just to get like a text back?
That is facts. Like, it shouldn't be that hard for me to engage you in a conversation.
Well, it all depends on how strong you came on. I think it's true. Dudes come on a little too strong at first.
I come in casual. I come
Like-
in like
Magno, hey.
Hey, but do you start with like just talking, exchanging texts, or you're like
Oh,
the
of
dude
course.
like the first time you wanna already go out, you already wanna meet the moms? I don't know. It all
Nah,
depends
see,
on where you come from.
that's forcing it right there.
That is,
I think I come in like just first, obviously getting to know you,
yeah.
talking, texting, and then I give you subtle hints, and they get stronger as I get to know the chemistry and the vibe. I want to make sure you're comfortable too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be coming in hitting you with moves after moves, and then you're like, nah, this is too much. And then when I see you reciprocating, like flirting back or whatever it is, then I make my move and I'm like, yo, let's go out on a date.
Yeah.
If I said that clear as crystal and you understood that and you said, no, I'm not feeling it, then I'm going to respect your answer as like, oh, they mean no. Because sometimes women use this thing like, oh, that he doesn't know when to give up. But then there's other women that are like, oh, I guess he didn't want me because he didn't continue pursuing me. But I feel like that's when you're playing games.
Yeah, I feel like
As-
girls be playing mad games sometimes.
They do. They like They like to be pursued. I guess.
For example, and this is all my Instagram feed, so people can go and look. I'm not gonna tell you where to find it or expose any names, but there was somebody having like a conversation with me under the same topic, and they were like, after the fourth date, you'll probably start bringing them flowers, and I was like, oh heck nah. I was like, after the first no, if I bring you flowers and you said no to me, I'm taking them flowers back and I'm giving them to my mom. Like, I think any reasonable guy would do that.
I forgot.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just taking the roses back and giving them to my mom. Like
Well,
a
Magna.
woman who deserves
But
it. You know what I'm saying?
if
you do
a woman who can appreciate
If
it.
you do that, is it like you have to make sure they haven't like put them in water already, or you'll just snatch it
Are you
out
taking the
vase?
vase and everything?
They're probably dead by that time. Like they're not alive.
Oh, you're talking about like if you're going out with them and then you show up and they're like no, then you just snatch it out of their hands and take it
Right,
back.
facts. Yeah.
like he's not
Oh,
talking about like weeks
understandable.
later.
Yeah,
Not
I thought,
weeks
like,
later.
She's like, oh, this is really nice. Put it in like, water, and then you're like, you know what?
But let me ask you this, Magno. What qualifies as a no? Like, do they say no or do they just don't answer back? Like, what
No,
qualifies as you?
I would have to get a clear no. Like, it
Okay,
would have to be a
then.
clear. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have to be a clear no. It can't be something like not right now.
Yeah.
If you give me a not right now, that's understandable.
Yeah.
And if I still like you, you're kind of giving me room to be like, oh, maybe in the future down the road, I just
maybe
have,
you'll try again.
yeah.
Maybe-
Yeah.
Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with try, and I'm not saying there's something wrong with trying again, with putting yourself on the line again as a guy and pursuing a woman. But the thing is, if a woman tells you no, sometimes as a guy, I think you should respect that no.
I
You know what I'm saying?
completely agree with you because I was just about to say that I feel like sometimes men they just be wearing you down. Like seriously, like they pursue so hard that it gets annoying.
And there
It's
you
real
go.
quick. It gets annoying.
But then
Yes.
I never really had that before.
Yeah.
You never had a guy
Like,
persistent?
I mean, I have, but I never got annoyed.
Really? You liked
liked
that?
I don't know.
You liked it? No.
No, I definitely think it
ignore a
gets
lot of people.
annoying.
Huh?
I ignore a lot of people.
Well, you're so good at that.
so maybe I just don't.
Princess is good at.
Maybe I just don't
Princess
notice.
is at- if she don't like you,
she'll
definitely like let you know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if Princess don't like you, she'll.
yeah.
I don't know what those are, but
I'm gonna lie, out of the loop on this.
I'm out of the loop too.
Yeah, I think sometimes dudes just need to know when to just let it go,
Facts.
and also
But at the same time, women gotta
Yeah.
be more concise with answers.
Yeah.
Speak on it.
no.
Give examples though, because Nela's the type she likes specific details.
I
so
do.
we gotta get
You
specific
gotta
details
be
on
specific.
Like what are you talking about? What do you mean like women gotta be more clear?
Some you get the classic answers like, just not right now, or I'm just in time.
I feel
In
like
time is the worst because you're like, okay, this could be like a month from now, or it could be like 8 years.
I think another thing too, this could happen on either end. It could happen on the girl's end or on the guy's end, where like one side feels like they're not ready because they might be like, oh, this person's walk is like here, and they feel like they're here, like they feel like they're beneath where they need to be with God or whatever. But I think at times if the guy or the girl has made it clear to you and like told you, I'm okay with where you are because regardless, I'm looking for who you are and I want to be able to rise up with you as we continue this journey together. I feel like then those two people should give each other a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that should be a shot that should be given.
I think that
I agree with that.
realistically, no two people are ever gonna be in the same spot.
Equally yoked. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it comes to if you're talking about where they stand with God.
Facts.
So I think there's always room to grow over, and that's just in what you do.
Yeah.
That bond that you guys make. So that's okay. But I'm talking about. But going back to just in general, I think some people just need to be clear and say no. But when you do get a no, just let it go. Because I've always said this, and that's happened to me where I was like, listen, I'm not ready. But if ever the time came and I was ready, then I will tell you. Like I don't have no problem
But
saying.
that's good. That's what guys want. Like,
Yeah, but
So
yeah.
you're saying that your nose would be like just the way you said it right now.
But
So your no's are practically a maybe because you're saying no right now, but
no, it's not a maybe. It's a no. And
But
if
you
I
just-
ever change my mind,
Are you telling the guy that? Though?
yes.
So that is your changing. There is a maybe.
It's a maybe.
No, it's not. At that point, it's a no.
That's what I'm saying. At
But
that
it's
point,
a
will be
to
a
you.
no.
Yeah, it's a no to me.
You gotta sit in the guy's shoe, because if you like in the guy's seat, like if you go no, but if I change, as soon as you say but if I change, that guy's like, okay.
Yeah. Once you say
I
that,
was like,
trust me.
I was like, either I'm buckling in and I'm riding this
Okay.
thing out for 6 months or
right.
however long it takes,
6 months.
or
That's pushing it. 6 months is pushing
what?
it.
6 months is too long, or
all right,
Not too long.
okay.
6 months is too long for the guy to wait?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So wait. All right. Let me get this.
I gotta fact
Hold on,
check.
hold on, hold on.
I gotta fact
It's not
check.
rocket science.
Podcast listeners, let me try to understand this. Let me understand this with clear silence. Just hearing Nela. Nela, you said you're gonna tell the guy no, but maybe if I change my mind in the future,
No.
it could happen.
What I'm saying
Okay.
is that
Quit
if
playing games with
I feel like girls that do that, they're just gonna pick you up whenever they want to pick you
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean?
maybe they have other options, and that's the reason why they're not giving you.
That's playing games.
That is. I'm just saying, but that could happen.
Is-
facts.
But what I'm saying is that I think there are times where, like, if the guy's pursuing someone so hard and the girl's like, I'm not ready, and I'm not just with it right now, or maybe they're dealing with someone coming out of something, they could say no, and that's okay, and it could change. Because I've seen people who tried it didn't work. They went on, dated other people, and then eventually it ended up working. So it's that.
Right. So you said, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so you're saying, let's say you, Nela,
Yeah.
you say no to a guy.
Yes.
but then you're basically like, right now it's just not, it's not ideal. It's a no right now.
Yeah.
Later in the future, who knows?
It might just happen.
But you just said that if the guy takes 6 months to ask you out again, that's too long?
No, waiting for 6 months.
Like if he's waiting for 6 months.
Yeah,
so you think he's a fool for waiting for 6 months?
I don't think he's a fool. I just don't think I think he's wasting his time.
Oh.
Didn't work
dang.
out though.
No, like I would say this to my friend. Like if I had a guy friend who was like, man,
Do you feel like that too, Princess?
Wait,
Huh?
no,
Do you feel like that too? Like 6 months is too long?
for a guy to be waiting
guy to be
on
waiting?
you? Yes.
There's people that wait years.
No, but like strictly
I know a
waiting.
couple.
There are people who wait, but they move on. They date, they talk other people. They're not sitting at home waiting
Oh, no, I'm
for
not
you to
waiting for
call.
I don't think no guy's ever sitting at home waiting
you'll be
for a
surprised.
call. Like, Nela, you good now?
No.
You never
Just
know.
checking in. Hey, just checking in. I just want to see how you're doing. We
I'm
good?
just saying,
or-
people, at the end of the day, people should just get the hint. If someone's not ready, then let it go.
You
Alright.
got- okay, but the hint is gotta be like concise and like
Yeah.
clear. Because if you like, if you say not right now, I gotta deal with stuff. That's understandable. But if you say like, not right now, but I might change my mind. That's
I feel like your yes-
That's setting up the guy for failure.
Yeah. Like your
I
yes
feel like
should
your
be a
yes
yes.
and your no's, because then you got like,
Yeah.
that's how you get the Me Too movement.
You know.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Whoa.
facts. That's how you get the Me Too movement. People like saying that the guys that are involved in that. That's not nobody here. The guys that are involved in that use the excuses of, their no's might have meant yes, that they really did want it, but
No, if I say no, I mean no. And what I meant, and that's just me, Nella speaking here, is that if I said, I have said in
That's
the
Nella.
past, I've said no, I'm not ready. But if and when I become ready and you're still available, then I don't mind making that step and saying, hey, do you want to hang out? That's what I meant when I meant the but.
okay.
Okay?
Okay.
That's all. That's
You don't
what
gotta-
I'm
But that's
saying.
just you. You speaking
That's
for
just me.
Nella.
I'm
Because
not.
Princess might be different.
And ladies out there, if there's someone pursuing you and you're not into it, just be
Just tell them
clear.
no.
Yes.
Just dead it.
Don't let
Be
them.
honest.
Just be honest.
Like nah.
I feel like a lot of people just are not honest nowadays. You have
People
to be
are afraid
honest.
to
And I
get-
think people appreciate that.
People are
Yeah,
afraid of
people
her
appreciate
They do.
honesty.
I
They
feel
do.
like
I think
people are not honest because they like attention.
Yeah.
So like if they're not honest, it's like they really just want your attention, but they're not telling you that they don't
Yeah.
want to be around.
Because at the end of the day,
I can agree with that.
that definitely gets annoying. I know girls get annoyed by dudes who do
Yeah.
that.
But I think also women appreciate men that not necessarily come off strong in the beginning, but are intentional from the beginning
Yeah.
and let you know, like, yo,
It definitely says something about you if you know what you want, if
Right.
you know what you could bring to the table. Like if you come out already for Shorty, what's
no,
up?
no, I'm listening.
Yeah. So if you already know, I think the girls will definitely appreciate that. I know I would. So
yeah, we spent too long
It
on that.
is.
That was like we did that segment
Drink
all
some
over.
water. You were on the hot seat for a while.
But
well,
is
to
that
each his own.
is that it? Is that all you guys had for the hot seat?
That's all I had.
That's all she
know.
had. She
It's
spoke the whole
okay.
Wait, what,
No, it's fine. I'm
Well,
good. I'm
no.
fine. I'm waiting for the next topic.
No, no. I want to
Why is
hear.
that?
I want to hear what you got to say.
No.
Yeah.
I think she's good though. You
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. The next topic we had at hand and is how important do you think college education still is in today's societal climate?
Wow, that definitely took a turn.
We were talking about this on the ride up.
You were?
Yeah.
How'd it go? Like, what was the pros and cons you guys weighed?
For me, I think it's important, but like I'm fine. You know, like
Like,
I didn't go to college, but like I'm fine. I still do what I have to do. I'm still getting things done. But in the long run, it's like maybe I should have went. You know, or
Yeah,
maybe
there's always that what if, I feel.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I went to school.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing what I went to school to do, so I'm definitely for education. I think we have the opportunity to do so. Most of us, our parents did not go to school. I mean, my parents don't even have a high school degree, let alone college. So,
Same.
So I wish that I could have been doing something else. What?
Nothing. No.
What are these side conversations that I
what
don't
is
know
this?
about?
I know.
What's happening?
The Celtics.
Am
are
I too
losing.
silent? Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
No
there's
one
a
cares.
game on. So,
care.
anyway, so I definitely, I wish that I was doing what I went to school for, but it just
What did you go to school for?
cosmetology.
Okay.
So, right now I'm just stuck with a student loan.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yes.
a lot of people go to school and they got
Yeah.
this paper, but like, and then they owe mad money. It's like, why'd you go to school for? You're not even
Yeah.
using it.
Definitely do your parents a favor. Don't go and make them spend all that money if you're not going to do anything.
I feel like this. Yeah, I feel like the smart way. I feel like a couple weeks back, I think it was like the beginning of April. My job had this thing where we help volunteer, like once a month or however many times you want to volunteer. I signed up to help at risk youth with college applications, and I remember just speaking to them and telling them, like, if you're not sure what do you want to do, don't sign up for a 4-year college institution that's gonna be taking your money and you're just taking general ed courses. If you're gonna be doing that, I say, be smarter. You could take some whatever money they've offered you and use it for a community college, and get rid of the general ed courses there because it is less. And then you could transfer to a 4-year college. But if you don't got a full ride, a full scholarship, don't spend your money on that. And I think there's smart ways to go about it. I know Shorty has finished his school. How do you feel that's played into where you are now?
Yeah, I was about to comment on that. I mean, my path is a little weird, I guess. I started off at Salem State,
Yeah.
so it's obviously like a smaller school. Studying sport management, and I work in banking now, so I definitely don't do what I was doing. But that situation just was out of necessity, having to switch out, because I was working in the sports field.
Yeah.
But what helped me out, because I transferred to Illinois, so it's like a bigger school, obviously more expensive. And I mean, me compared to my brother, because we both went to the same school, he owes a lot more than I do, just because I went to a smaller school for a year and a half, where I was, my parents and I were able to pay the tuition, which was like nothing. And then the last 2 years, year and a half, obviously it's a lot more, but I'm paying like significantly less than my brother.
Well, yeah, and I feel like a lot of kids nowadays go to school and they drop their major like 10 times, and then they get out and they're in debt because they did all that stuff.
But that's just dumb, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because every time you switch a major, you just add another semester that you have to stay.
Yeah.
So it's just adding money to what you have to do.
And I've actually heard from some people who have done that they do that because they don't want to get out of school. They're kind of scared to face reality.
That's true.
So I'm like, but you're gonna come out of there owing mad money, and they will find you because they got me.
They'll get that income tax.
They do. So
They stop everything.
They do. It's a federal loan, whatever it is,
no
tagged
food stamps.
to your Social Security.
That ABT ain't gonna work.
They will. And like I said, just if you don't know, I think you should always, if you could better yourself, go to school, because you don't want to do it later in life, but there's nothing wrong with doing it later in life. If you become interested in something and you want to take the classes for it, it doesn't matter how old you are. I think you should go for it. But right now, if you don't know, I think the best, especially the way things are nowadays, work. Make your money, do whatever you can, and then
I think there's a lot of ways to make money nowadays.
Oh yeah,
A lot of people going back to trade jobs.
Yeah, trade jobs.
and some
on the
jobs
rise.
are making some McDonald's is paying like $15 an hour. You know that,
Not
right?
in Boston, but
Well, down in Rhode Island, some of them are.
really?
Yeah, and they
Rhode
and
Island might be the move for real.
and they help you pay your tuition too if you are in school. So, and most jobs do offer that.
Most jobs do offer
Tuition
that.
reimbursement. I know my job does.
I know my job offers at least $5,000 a year.
Yeah.
I'm going to school for mental health counseling, but the thing I've been thinking about it more and more, because I will need at least like a master's degree to continue doing what I want to do professionally.
Oh, really?
If I want to be a therapist, I definitely.
I know we have something in common.
No,
That's
we don't,
always been
but not.
wow.
No, I'm kidding. But
We'll
you wanted
see.
to be a therapist?
Whoa.
That's always been
Any specific like
family
Family?
and divorce and like
That's what-
divorce and
marriage?
family and kids.
yeah, that's what I want to do. But
Yeah.
I put mine as general because I will be able to, if I want to give therapy to like youth, young
Yeah.
adults, I could go to schools and do that as well. So I want to keep my options open.
Yeah.
And so
I just don't want to prescribe meds because then you got to go to medical school. That's just a lot.
yeah, you would be either a psychiatrist for that or
Yeah, but I don't think I have that. I don't have the like princess. You distracted me. I don't have the.
she seems to distract a lot of people.
Like who? Name them.
I know. Oh wow.
Nah.
Forget it. I'll
Not for
reserve.
another podcast, maybe.
Facts.
But yeah, school's important. If you can go,
Do it. But
do it.
But I think you gotta, if you're gonna go, you gotta go with a plan.
Yes,
Yeah.
Even
that's
if you,
true. What a
even if you're like
yeah.
18 years old and you don't know what you're gonna do,
I don't
at
even-
least take general ed classes and like test out areas that you like.
Yeah.
I don't even mind kids that like want to take a year off
Oh
to
yeah.
like prepare to go to college.
School's
you know what I'm saying?
stressful.
If you want to take a year off, prepare and get to know what you want to do, go ahead, do it by all means.
But
Because
don't take too long because a year becomes a long time.
I mean, I think it's never too late to accomplish what you
No,
need
it's
to.
never too late. But if you're in that momentum,
True. If you got that flow going,
if you got it, if you know what you want to do, don't take that time. But if you don't know what you want to do, then take your time, get to know, stack up your money.
I agree.
Help
get
your
that
parents
paper.
out
However
too.
you're gonna get it, man.
Help your parents out
you
too.
need to
out
hit
there.
them.
No
What
corners.
I don't know. What,
I don't know what
I-
he's talking
I'm not
about.
trying to get in trouble with this podcast. I'm trying to be a
Seriously.
good man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to raise a family. I got a kid at home.
Annabella.
Magno, cut it out. You will not be
I'm kidding. I don't
celebrating
have no
Father's Day
kids.
this
Doing
June.
blood in college gets you through a lot of things.
Magno. I thought she was 10.
Nah, she's not.
Oh, okay.
All right,
She
moving
would have
on.
been. No, I'm kidding.
Would have been.
But we're about to, close out and get into the boast segment next. So stay tuned for that. We're back here with the boast section of the podcast, and we wanted to start off, uplifting our single moms here, Princess and Nela. I'm not a father, by the way. that Annabella joke is what I use to, deter any women that want to come my way that I'm not interested in.
Wow.
So I use that as a scapegoat that I have a daughter.
For a little kid.
Poor little kid, yeah. But Annabella was good for the time being. That now people know, but I can still use it for people.
I'm
that
a single
don't use.
father to a dog.
I do have
Your
a dog
does
too.
not count.
Her name's Frida. I do have a daughter.
Oh, yeah, you
Excuse you,
do.
love
She's
me.
actually 10 years old this
Yeah,
year. So that
really?
actually,
Roxy
Annabella
is two.
Garcia.
Frida.
Roxy is 2 next week. We're having a party.
Word.
Are we invited to this party?
Yeah.
Okay.
So being a single mom, I can imagine things could get rough, but you guys seem to be doing a great job. Like from the time that I've known you guys, what are some of like difficulties and challenges you guys think are out there for single moms that you guys feel like you could give advice to?
I don't know about so much giving advice to, but I mean,
Or encouragement?
definitely to keep going. Definitely that you could do it. We're doing it. I mean, we have a great support system. I know I do.
You're welcome.
It doesn't come from Magno. Just
Dang.
putting it out there.
I thought we were
But
friends.
we are friends.
Alright.
But definitely stick to to what you know and raising them right. I think not letting society and people out there raise them, because if you don't, they will. So definitely showing them the way, teaching them right from wrong, definitely establish those core values. And I think later in life, whatever happens, it will stick with them. They'll remember, so I think that's really important. I mean that's what I've been trying to do, at least. So
Yeah. I feel like you just gotta do the best that you can,
Yeah.
and not beat yourself up, because sometimes I feel like as single moms you can get hard on yourself,
Yeah.
yeah.
but definitely just remembering like, all right, you go. I don't want to get emotional. No, go ahead, go.
Well, I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It's definitely, I think that it's not choices that I know for myself that I probably wouldn't have made if I knew, what it was, but
Yeah.
it happened. So taking responsibility, I think, definitely plays. You have to grow up. It makes you grow up. It forces you to grow up, and you got to do the best that you can. This is someone that depends on you. You know,
I feel like the weight of the weight of the world is on your shoulders as a single mom.
How old you guys were each when you had your child?
well, I was turning 19 when I had her. So, I mean, we're gonna be not that close in age, but it's still gonna be whatever's happening will be relevant to both of us. There's not a big,
It's not a huge age gap.
No, so I definitely know I'll know what she's going through. I know what it is that is going on, especially now with society. So it's the same. So
I was 21. I feel like with you it's a lot easier because you have a girl.
yeah.
But with like boys, they're boys.
Yeah, I always thank God that I have a girl and not a boy, because I have friends who are single parents to boys, and it is tremendously difficult for a woman to raise a boy to be a man when she's not a man.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So if they don't have that there, if they don't have a father.
I kind of get that in the sense of like, for example, my father always lived in my house.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was raised like my entire, like, till you're 18. That's like the cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like till that age, I was raised by my mom, I feel. So I could see like her difficulties trying to teach. She had to raise 3 men.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So I could see the difficulties of her trying to instill like men values and just, it was difficult because she's not a man.
Yeah.
So I had to learn that from elsewhere. It would either be from people I looked up to in the streets or just other older male figures. But I could see how that could become an issue. And how do you think that affects your daughter though? Because I know for a male it's different, but do you think?
Well, her dad is really present. They actually have a great relationship. He's not around. He doesn't live around here anymore, but they're really close. Like really, 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 really close. So even though he's not here, I don't think she misses it. Like they don't miss a beat. They talk more than her and I talk, and we live in the same house. So I don't think she lacks that. I don't know how that would play in her life later in life, because she at this point she's going through the phase where she'll need him a lot more, but it definitely is important. It's important in a boy's life, but it's very important in a woman's life too, because they will definitely
need like that protection they get from a sense
that's
of a
where
man.
they'll learn what a man's love should be. And it's so definitely not having a father or a mother in your life is definitely hard. So
I feel like with us, we're like super fortunate because our kids' fathers are in their lives. A lot of girls are being single parents, like actually like single parents. They're doing everything. They're working like 3 jobs. They're paying the bills by themselves. They're doing all these different things. But I think we're really fortunate to have that in our kids' lives, and it makes the load a little bit easier.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Now I know you guys are in different stages of your life. I'm just laughing at some other stuff, but
you guys talking about us?
No, like my phone is clear, but but what I wanted to say was like, the stigma that comes along being a single mom, like in the dating scene. How tough is that? Like, I can't relate. That's why. So I just kind of want to see.
I think it's not tough. It's more tough.
Do you think like people are like more like, I don't know, when it comes to it?
I really don't care.
I've never gotten. Do you mean like rejected because you have a kid? I've never had an issue. I mean, I've never had someone say, your kid is a problem, or you having a child is a problem or a turn off. No, I've never. But I keep that. I definitely keep that in mind when I am, dating someone or talking to someone. She definitely comes first. Her opinions come first. Yeah. She's old enough to, she doesn't like him. She sees a problem with it. What is so funny? I think
gotta break up.
I don't know about breaking up, but definitely I would.
So you wouldn't break up if she's not feeling him?
it probably won't work.
Kids gotta get accustomed.
Yeah, but kids also they be acting though.
Yeah.
Like they act like they don't like someone because they don't want their space to be violated, or like they want
That's
all
a good
of you.
point.
Yeah.
So they'll act like they don't like somebody, or they'll start making things up.
Yeah.
You know, kids are very smart.
They looked at me wrong.
Yeah, like they can't be around no more.
Oh, he ugly. What if your child told you that?
Oh, my
who
son's
you was
very
dating?
honest.
What if your child told you who you were dating was ugly?
My daughter wouldn't
does
say that.
Does that weigh any?
She wouldn't say that, so I don't have a.
Damn.
But if she didn't like him, that would kind of be hard to, have this person in our lives if she had a problem
I
with
think it
it.
depends on the reasons.
Yeah. She would have to have a reason, but
If it's like a petty reason,
yeah.
then she'll be fine.
Like how
Or they'll be
quickly
fine.
how quickly are you guys bringing up that topic when you're talking to somebody?
So I've always
do you
had a
mean?
rule
Like
with the kid.
yeah,
Like having
how,
a kid.
No, like how? No,
Like they should.
no. What I'm saying, like when you're starting to talk to somebody, like
Yeah.
when do you introduce the fact that you have a kid? Like they may not know.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, me off the bat, I don't say, "Hi, my name is Nela and I have a child," but eventually,
My daughter's name is.
yeah, right. No, but it will rather quickly than later. I would never keep that.
I feel like some people ask too, though.
Yeah. But what I do know is that I won't introduce her to someone that I'm just talking to or
Not serious.
not serious or even dating. It takes me a while to do that.
It depends. Sometimes if they're like around, then you have no
Yeah.
choice, you know.
Right.
But if it's like a stranger, that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah,
met like
definitely.
in a coffee shop somewhere, it's
Yeah.
like nah, like
That rarely
can't do
happens
that.
nowadays. Though.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
it's like whatever.
feel
I'm
like-
at the local Starbucks.
I feel like the movies be lying to us. Like you can just enter a coffee shop and
It happens though.
No.
hey, like
Where?
no, I'm saying like it rarely happens. I'm not saying
that
it
you just
doesn't.
meet someone at a grocery
Yeah,
store
like-
and then you end up with them. Yeah.
Like first of all, if I'm at a grocery store, I'm looking for like food. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't over here trying to find my wife. I'm,
Yeah.
Like
Or she's
move
looking
over.
like
I
a
need those
snack.
beans over there. You know?
I
Or
used to
she's
be
looking like a
that,
snack.
though.
She's like- That's why I said
looking like a snack.
I need a nice long-term nutritional meal. That's
No TV dinners out here.
no TV dinners, man. Everything has to be organic.
No,
Whole
but
Foods.
yeah. But
You know, Whole Foods kind of girl.
No wonder I've been Starbucks. Stop and Shop hasn't been working.
so wait, but do you guys get turned off if a girl has a kid, or you guys worried about the dad? Is that something that men worry about?
I
You want my
usually worry about
podcast
that.
answer, or do you want?
No, I want
be
your real
honest.
You want my
answer.
real-
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like in the beginning, when I like it took me a while to come around that idea and accept it. But now that like you get to meet certain people and they're cool, like and you're like, oh, that actually would be a stupid reason for me to not
Yeah.
Right.
take
if that's the only
take
thing.
that step. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if that's the only reason that's stopping me, because at first I used to think like, man, that's unfair to me. Like in
Yeah.
the sense of like I wanted to start my family like from the jump together.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you know what? Circumstances happen to everybody, and it is what it is. So now I'm a little bit more open to the idea.
Yeah.
If a woman were to come with a child, and I think I would have to check like the other stuff too, though, like how cool they are with the other parent, in the sense of like,
Right.
are they gonna get mad if I'm around? That stuff's important too, because you don't want to have
Like baby mama drama.
that baby father drama
Baby daddy
or
Well, we could definitely like there is that the stuff the celebrities that do it. Like Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys. They
I mean, there's Alicia Keys though.
come on. No, like
I'm kidding.
no, yeah, no, they're together, but she's also really Swiss Beats ex-wife is really like they vacation together.
Oh, yeah, I heard
they
that
hang
before.
out. I mean, I think that's a little.
What about you, Shorty?
Too much,
What?
but
No, it's fine.
The question they asked about.
Oh, I don't care. No, I mean, I had probably when I was a lot younger, I had the same thought, but like the more I
Yeah,
because it happens now.
Yeah, I
It's
think the
more-
older we
it's-
get,
it's more free. There's more times now with the divorce rate being so high that people are getting divorced and they're eventually they're gonna start their lives again. There's
Yeah, the
always
thing-
kids
I think
involved.
the older
it's
you-
not even that. I think it's just like as when you're little, or when you're younger, you're so like
Yeah.
ingrained. Like this is how families are started.
Yeah.
Well, like as you actually start living life, you realize like that's not always the case. I mean, for me, I really don't. I don't care. I mean, there's certain factors that go into it, and I gotta you gotta respect it. Like, hey, if they have a relationship with the baby daddy, that's fine.
Yeah, the way I started looking at it was like, yo, would I not want my mom to have like someone? Let's say that had happened in her case. Would I not want her to
find love because of you guys?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what about the other way around?
What?
I know you guys are single moms, but what if there was a single dad trying to holler at you guys?
That's the thing. That's where I'm kind of selfish.
Yes, I am.
No, let me tell you why. So like 3 years ago, I used to date this dude, and he had a kid, and he had a boy, and it kind of became like a competition.
Like whose son was better?
Yeah, like who's better, who got the best sneakers, blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm not up for this. You gotta go. You know, stuff like that. Like it's just
it shouldn't be like that.
Honestly, I definitely, even though I am a parent, I'm a single parent.
Yeah.
I've always said I've never wanted to date a guy who has a kid. And a lot of people are like, wow, that's crazy. That's not fair. You have a kid. Why can you say that? Because I feel like that's just too much. I have a kid. He has a kid. So I have a baby daddy. He has a baby mama.
But if it happens, then you can
if it does, it does. But I wasn't like, I would try to stay away from it.
So are you guys completely closed from the idea, or would the right situation be acceptable?
No, it's okay. I was just saying I try to stay
Avoid
away
it.
from that. I try to avoid
yeah.
it if possible.
I mean, no one goes looking for that.
No, yeah,
You know?
because I feel like that's just, you're dealing with too much. Like he's worried about, like, you know, there's the bickering. There's always that comparison. There's always that going back and forth. There's too many inputs.
There's too many people involved.
Too many people involved, and that's when and I know why it is that, you know, this kid should be, you know, conceived during within a covenant, because, you know, it's just a lot. It's messy. It gets crazy, and I try to stay away from that as much as I can.
I think a lot of it has to do, like, you know, where I know as far as Hispanics, none of our parents did any of the planning parenthood stuff. Like, you know, you're planning to have a baby. Like, they just had us, you know, like we just popped out. Like,
no, but like,
a legend
really
came
hard,
out, Magno.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
who's that? It's really hard when, and I know Princess could relate to this, is when you're Princess. Oh. It's when you're sitting next to the girl right here. Is when you're raising your kid one way, and then they go to this house and they're being raised a different way. True. So, like, there's always has to be that boundary. Since, like in my case, since I'm the primary caregiver, like she lives with me. I'm her parent. I'm her custodial parent. I have full custody.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah, there is such a thing. So at the end of the day, I decide, you know, where she goes, what she does, and I really had to, at one point, you know, tell her dad, this is the way I'm gonna raise her. You know, you either get on board or,
and he respects it.
And he does, because you know, like, there's certain things. For example, there's certain holidays that we don't celebrate, i.e. Halloween or whatever. Yeah. So he knows not to take her trick or treating. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and he respects it, and I think when that happens, it's easier. It makes it a little easier. But I know that there's people who deal with, you know, when they kids go to other people's house and they swear, it's what's around them, the atmosphere, the swearing, the drinking, all that. That's where, like, it's tough. It's really tough to try to protect them when they have rights too, you know? Yeah. So, but where do you draw that line? Okay. You know?
I think it's good though that you guys both have like the father figure still in the picture. So a lot of men nowadays don't take responsibilities for.
But it took us a long time to get here too. It just didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
It's years of maturing from both ends. You know, from us as women, and from them too as men, to be the best that we can to raise up these kids right, you know? And feel like we didn't fail.
Now y'all doing a great job though, so salute to both.
Wow,
of you.
Magno, you've never complimented me.
What do you mean?
Can I get a Sephora gift card?
Seriously.
This is the bow section, guys.
What does Sephora have to do with?
You know what,
Magno? I was doing good. I wanted a prize.
That means a lot.
Yeah,
coming
they've been
from
asking
you.
for Sephora gifts for like 3 days.
Petty Betty, that means a lot coming from you.
I feel like I'm being roasted, and this is the bow section. You know.
Hey, whatever.
Guess what? You're gonna be roasted on every section. How about that?
Yeah. Trying to uplift y'all, you know, trying to uplift my people.
Well, you know what, Magno, we appreciate that.
You're welcome. We'll be back, guys. We're gonna go to the toast section next, and we got some good topics in store. We're back here in the toast section, and first topic at hand that we have is, recently in society we've been seeing women climb the ladder. They have been a great influence to society and making changes. You have people like Michelle Obama, who's doing a lot of great support groups and systems.
Shout out to the OG Condoleezza Rice.
And she just made a power move with her husband. We're talking about Michelle with Netflix.
What are they doing? Yeah.
I don't know. They just doing
They signed
They bought it?
They signed a deal to do like a series, documentaries, movies, docu-series.
That they're producing or that they're starting in?
No, they're producing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that's good though. Like you get a lot of stuff that is going to be funded for them to be able to create. And so I think women are making these moves in life now in society where they just climbing the ladder and showing men how to do it. So how do you guys feel about that? Or how do you ladies feel about that? Or like Dre says, how do you queens feel about that?
Is that even a question? I mean, that's awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want
women
that?
be hating. That's why
think
I've been
it's
seeing a
okay.
lot of women haters like on Twitter.
About what though?
They just be hating like on Michelle, on Shonda Rhimes,
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
on Tiffany Haddish. They were hating on Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, because supposedly she like snitched on like Beyonce.
On Beyonce.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
a,
Beyonce?
Beehive will go
somebody
after
bit-
anything though.
I thought she bit Beyonce.
She probably did.
That probably was her. And she's trying not to say names. Like,
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
What would you do if you're a celebrity and somebody bit you? Like,
damn,
like whoa.
that's kind of weird. I wouldn't even know how to react.
It depends on who it's coming from. Is it a fan
Who bit me?
or another celebrity? That's
I think it depends on close. Like if it was like a family member, like why'd you? Bite
that's
me?
weird.
But if it's just a random stranger, like oh, you bit me?
But that happens.
Jordan?
Fans get crazy, so I could see that happening.
They
Just
do.
get bit.
Yeah, someone biting someone that they.
But even
love.
someone like, look at Beyonce headlining Coachella and killing it. I still haven't seen that performance, but supposedly it's legendary.
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, me
I saw a clip.
I just
of
can't.
it.
I can't sit
her
down for 2
ponytail.
hours and watch Beyonce
Yeah.
perform. Like that's not.
She's interesting.
She's
though.
just a great performer. I mean,
How?
She makes me
She's-
want to like twirl my hair like that.
Really?
she gives us the confidence that we need. No, just
Do you
not
guys
all
feel
the
like?
confidence.
Do you guys feel like?
No.
Who are women that you guys look up to? Like,
I mean, I don't know about looking up
Yeah, I
to.
don't know
I just
that.
think that there's a lot of people out here doing big things.
Cardi B.
yo,
For the record, stop it. For the record, I've never heard any of her songs.
who?
Cardi B, yeah.
Really?
No. Like a
positive.
full
Where you
been?
No.
Not even a
I
someone's
mean, like,
car?
There are
Like,
women.
as it-
There are women that think Cardi B is wise.
She's not wise.
she's not wise.
She's actually.
I did see her
no.
on
Be
Love and
careful.
Hip Hop.
Be careful.
In what
Celeste.
area is she wise?
I
I
know.
have no idea. I think she's wise.
You gotta respect the business. Her business
I
mentality.
respect her. Yeah, her business mentality. I respect the hustle. She definitely hustled everybody.
Okay, so maybe
Like
she
she
might.
made money.
Yeah, maybe she
Money.
did hustle.
I don't think she's a great role
But
model.
how does
Like,
she hustle?
Definitely not.
Like,
She's
what
not
does she
someone
do?
I want my daughter to grow
Yeah.
up to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I mean, I remember when she first came out and I seen her on one of the episodes of Love and Hip Hop with her messed up teeth and all that stuff. I mean, like, before she fixed it. I'm just saying.
her teeth.
Like, from the beginning.
I didn't know who she was.
yeah.
She started out as an Instagram.
I literally knew her.
From
Bodak Yellow. That's the
yeah.
first time I heard.
mean, I've heard. I mean, let me correct. I did hear that song because every girl has played that on their Snapchat.
every girl.
But not me. I don't even know the words
Not me
to
because
it.
we're females, we're ladies, we're women.
No, but she definitely did start in Love and Hip Hop, and I remember that's where I saw her at. No, you guys knew her before then. That's when I first.
Not
seen
you
her.
guys. Not
Shorty did.
Shorty. See, it's
No,
not
she was
generalizing.
like because she was like you know how there's that whole Instagram community they do like videos with each other.
No.
Okay, well that's a thing.
I'll pretend
Okay.
like
But she'd be like on like
Okay.
the Instagram comedians. They
Yeah.
would use
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
She'd be like one of the girls that they would be like, oh, when a guy does this, she was one of those girls. So she got like fame off of that, and
Yeah.
that's how she got onto Love and Hip Hop.
I also don't want to make it seem like I'm judging Cardi B. I just understand where she comes from, and I wouldn't want my daughter to struggle like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I understand the struggle that she came up from,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't want my daughter to go through that.
I definitely don't think that she had an easy life.
Nah,
I mean,
definitely
it,
not.
it definitely doesn't look like that. But I'm just saying the way that I was introduced to her was on Love and Hip Hop, and 90% of the time she was fighting someone.
Just
She
ratchet,
was
like-
yeah, very crazy. So I mean,
She's
if
from
that's
the
how she
Bronx.
made her name, then I don't. That's not the way to do it, you know. But so I definitely don't consider her as one of the people that I definitely do not look up to. But just.
So you guys don't have any women you
I
look
can't
up
really
to.
think of any.
Yeah, like off
Honestly,
the top
It
of
doesn't
my
have to be
head.
famous. It just has to be like women that like.
No one. Like,
No, dang.
I mean, I definitely no, but like
No
there-
one.
Like
no one comes to my mind. Like,
Not even
oh,
Pastor
I,
Carol.
No, I was just. Can I say what I was gonna say? I was definitely gonna say I do the women, especially
Yeah.
the women in our church
Yeah.
that we go to. I go to apparently on this couch. Magna, don't even say that because you
What?
said
What am
before.
I doing?
You said that you,
I'm
you don't go
laughing.
there, so
wow.
I'm just putting you on blast
I'm
right
at
now.
the city. I don't know what you're talking. That's my
Yeah.
church. I've been loyal
You
for
talking
5
about
years.
the city this time? You sure?
I always promote them.
Damn.
But anyways, I'm talking about the ladies from our church who have gone through so much to give us the kids a better life. Like I said, coming here to this country, not having papers, working in
Yeah.
factories, sometimes not even being able to raise their kids themselves and letting the grandparents or aunts and uncles do so they could work and just to give us a better life, you know, and the ladies who have done it by themselves, because a lot of times, you know, their marriage had, you know, failed too. So
How can us men help the women out? Like, how can we help you women, like, be more in positions of influence? Because I feel like a lot of times we stop the women because we have that male privilege that kind of like more people respect men for some reason.
But I think it's also like guys are wary of how to approach the situation because they may just not know how to do it, and instead of just asking, they're just like, I just rather avoid it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely think that you guys could be supportive. I think
I was
that's
gonna say
all
that.
you need is support.
And
I
don't
Just
be
like
insecure.
encourage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of men feel emasculated when
When
a
there's a woman in power.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because I've always thought about this. Like, if a woman in a relationship, if your wife makes more money, I've heard people say, "Oh, you know, I'm never gonna be the stay-at-home dad," or you know what I'm saying. I feel like there's nothing.
That's the life.
No,
Some people do that though.
yeah, some people do that,
Where's
but some
she
people
at?
have a problem.
Where's she
no,
at?
but that's what I'm saying.
No,
If
no,
she
I'm just-
made, if she made the most money and it
Yeah.
makes sense, why can't you
I'm
play the
with it.
background like Lecrae
I've
says?
been looking for a sugar mama.
I'm about
I've
it.
been looking for a sugar mama.
Well,
Like,
no,
I
not a
want
sugar
some-
mama. Come
I want
on,
someone
Magna.
to.
Somebody
I'm kidding.
mature.
No, but if somebody makes more money than me, that's not an issue. Like,
Yeah.
And you won't feel insecure.
You won't
no,
I feel like a lot of guys are
we're a
insecure
team.
about things like that.
We're a team.
At
Why
the
am
end
I
of the day,
insecure?
that money's gonna, you know,
Exactly.
it's gonna benefit
It goes into
you.
one bank account.
Yeah.
Like,
You'll be surprised
no,
on
I
that.
think the only problem
You'll be
realistically,
surprised at that one, but
realistically, I think the only problem sometimes mostly comes from the women though,
Why?
because she might feel like, why am I making more money than him?
I don't
No.
think so.
I don't think
but
so.
dude, I think that's where guys like get in their own heads.
Yeah.
It might be. Like I said, I have if
I don't care.
if you're single, you making more money than me, come holler. I'm with it.
Magno, come on. Seriously.
What? I'm saying the truth. You want me to say no?
I think that you would never sit at home and let your woman work and pay all the bills. No,
Who says she's gonna like? Is it my fault that I'm making less and I'm still working?
no, I'm talking about you just completely sitting at home and letting her bring home all that
your best
bacon.
Come on, you guys know me. You guys think I would just be sitting home?
Yes.
No. I'll be
Really?
home working, like
Making
producing stuff, creating
Wait.
content. Like,
But what if you don't make it? What if you? No. I'm saying.
okay,
so nice.
so now, let's dive into that conversation.
Wait. I'm saying. So what if your music doesn't go nowhere other
So
than where it is?
let's dive into that conversation. So a lot of times, a lot of people have asked me like, "Yo, Magno, you've had opportunities in the past to date. So why you haven't done it?" And I remember telling all my guy friends, especially the ones that are married, I'm always like, because if I fail, because I have like a 2-year plan. It was 3 years, but this year is almost like over, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm still working towards my 3-year plan.
It's only the 5th month out of 12. It's less than
It's almost over.
half, but all right.
So what's the plan?
I mean, I can't really dive into it.
Oh, okay.
Well, the plan is that the ultimate goal after that plan is for me to be able to sustain myself out of everything that I create. Whether it's this podcast, whether it's my music, whatever field I get into that I create content. So if I fail at that, I want to be able to fail by myself, meaning there's no one next to me that I can bring along that failure, and then they'll be like, yo, I believed in you, you failed.
Yeah, but you can have it all together and then fail when you're with that person, like,
exactly.
later on.
So that's
What's the difference?
But what if you find like a ride or die?
But right now, Nela's asking me, like,
I see.
you know what I'm saying? She's like, you're gonna stay home and not do anything, and she's like, but what if you fail? And I'm saying, like, that's gonna obviously be a discouragement on my end if I fail when I'm in a relationship. But will that stop me? Like, I've thought about it. Will that stop me from getting in one? No, because
no, but I wasn't talking about.
There's still ways to get money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, I wasn't talking about
legally.
failing in the relationship.
Let me just put that out. Legal money.
Yeah,
you know?
I wasn't talking about failing in the relationship. I meant your music failing.
Well, I mean, if your music fails in a relationship,
Yeah.
your relationship is soon gonna follow. In
think
some
so?
cases,
I don't think so.
In some cases,
If you meet someone
depends on the
who loves
relationship
you,
you
will
have
be
with
with
the
you
person.
regardless.
Yeah.
what?
I think if she loves you, she'll be with you regardless if you fail
I
or
agree.
not.
Look at
So-
Papoose.
I agree. That's right.
Seriously.
And but yeah, like, I don't think because a woman makes more that I'm gonna be
Yeah.
sitting home. Like, it's just not in my nature to be still. You
Yeah.
get what I'm
I mean,
saying?
I guess it would all depend on the relationship you have with the other person. If they're
Yeah.
cool with it and that's what you talked about, like that's
yeah.
it is
If
what
there
it
happens
is.
to be a rough time where I'm like unemployed,
Yeah.
then I have nothing that I can do, then that is what it is. You know?
I think some people get like the Papoose situation, or people who have women who have stayed behind these males, whether it be a basketball player or like, you know, stayed with them.
But I think
through-
Papoose was the opposite.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
it was
I'm just
Remy
talking
Ma.
about in general,
Oh, when they
women
stay
who
with-
stick
yeah.
with these men from the bottom, because most of them you hear they were together since like high school
Great
or
example.
whatever, and then they make it and then they leave them. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
held them down for that long.
A great example would be
Swiss Beats.
Ryan Coogler, the guy who directed Black Panther. So he was before he even got a chance to even direct his first major movie, which was Fruitvale Station. He didn't have the program to like do the script writing on. He was broke, unemployed, and his wife was I think still going to college and graduating. So she bought the program for him,
Yeah.
which was an expensive program at the time where both people are not having that much of an income. She bought the program where he wrote Fruitvale Station, and look where he's at now.
Yeah.
He just directed Black Panther, and is the highest grossing film in the U.S. right, or in the world.
Axel. Black Panther still top, or did Infinity War beat it?
Infinity War beat it
Yes or
as the highest grossing film. Infinity War is.
Oh wow.
Oh dang! So yeah, Infinity War, but still to have
Yeah.
a movie in the top 10 of all
and it'll
time,
only be like your second,
and that's his third, I think,
third movie?
because he had Fruitvale Station and Creed,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and then Black Panther. But
Oh wow. I didn't even know he did all those movies.
yeah, he did those 3 movies, and so the budget changed, you know.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, I'm with any relationship
Yeah.
as long as we both understand we're on the same like level of thinking, and that we're working as a team
Yeah.
regardless.
It
Like,
should always be that
I'm
way.
down
though.
to hold down the girl too if she's like
Yeah.
unemployed. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not a big deal. Like that's why we come together.
I mean,
So
they're definitely if the woman is the one that's doing that in that case, he definitely should at least, you know, take care of her. I mean, whenever you do make it, you know, but also
At least get a part-time at McDonald's.
now, when the women expect men to lead, right?
but I don't
I
think
know for you, I know you guys don't always think it's just financially. Like maybe the guy can't lead you guys right now financially,
Yeah.
but he can lead you in so many other different ways. So 99% of everything else he can lead you in, but not financially. Is that an issue for you guys?
No.
no. And I always
don't know,
say
you kinda hesitated.
No,
You
because
kinda-
I'm trying.
Ooh,
Sorry.
nervous.
She's getting animated.
I was trying to listen to the question before I answered it.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't want to
Does it
jump
make
at your
sense?
neck. But
Wow.
yes, no.
We're like 2
What
sections
is the
past
like?
for us.
I don't I don't get it because
So
there
because a
shouldn't
lot
be-
of times women want the man to lead, right? But I feel like a lot of the issue stems financially, because finances is the top reason people divorce.
Yeah,
Um,
but there shouldn't be. I mean, I know we live in a world where it says that men should always lead, but I've seen women in relationships, in marriages, who at times may have to take the lead because that's an area where
And
the
that's cool
man.
with y'all?
I'm okay with that. So
Princess?
if
I'm okay with it. I just don't like when guys
throw it in
Stay
your
complacent.
no, like they have like no motivation. Like they're absolutely just
yeah,
not
nah, they
doing
need ambition.
anything. Like that's such a turn off. It's so disgusting, honestly.
I think that's a turn off, like in people in
nasty.
general. Yeah.
It's like why?
Like if someone doesn't have ambition,
you taking notes, Shorty,
Of course.
I wonder why.
I feel like if someone has no ambition, I feel like that's a turn off. Like
It really is though.
You have to do
makes me wanna
something
throw
with
up.
your time. You
Dude,
cannot.
draw me a picture or something. Like show me you have some sort of skill. You know what I'm saying? Like
You're not doing anything. Draw me a picture.
not like that, but like show me like there's something that you're at least working towards.
Right,
You know?
yeah.
It's taking me 2 days for this. Just give me a break.
No, but if someone definitely excels in one area in a relationship, then it's okay for them to take the lead. I don't think there's certain roles that is designated to a certain gender, you know? So I know
I mean, I think I touched
It's a
upon it.
partnership.
yeah,
you know?
it's a teamwork. So if
Definitely.
I struggle with finances and, and he's good at that, then I think he should take the lead. But if he's the one that struggles, why would I want our life
Yeah,
to depend
right.
on
to be in shambles.
yeah,
because
like
of that.
I don't want to keep thinking about is he paying that bill or is he not. So I think it's a team.
It's a team,
Team
effort.
effort.
It's a team effort. No one should be.
Yeah, I mean, like what I was saying, I said it like a couple weeks ago. Like what that person might be strong at, the other person might not, and you just gotta kind of balance it out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But we never really answered anything about the women out here doing the best that they could do.
Making power moves.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we totally got off topic.
we sure did. But men, support them. That's it. Support
definitely.
them.
supportive and don't be insecure.
Don't be insecure. You should be
'Cause that's a turn off.
confident.
I think that's what plays the most
Yeah.
role in society. Like
And I think it's not because they are, it's what they hear too. It's what society says. If a woman's doing this and you're not doing this, or it's a man's world, type of thing.
Like I saw-
and that's where they get it from.
I saw a status today, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Some guy posted, because obviously hip hop is a male dominated industry, and this guy was saying that he would rather get beats from a female producer. These are his words. From a female producer rather than a male producer, because he says, one, the females keep it simple on the beats. So far it sounds, all right, he's giving compliments, but then he was also like, and it also will be cheaper. And then in my mind I was like, why should a woman who makes beats charge you less than
Yeah,
a man?
good
You know what I'm
beats
saying?
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make sense to me. Granted, there's not that many women producers. Like I think I only know one. She's from shout out to LA from UK. She's dope with it. But I don't really know anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's a very hard industry to even find women producers to start with.
Yeah.
But for you to think that just because she's a woman, she's gonna have to charge you less.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was like crazy.
I heard, whenever Young Ma first came out, or
Young MA.
MA, whatever her name is.
I thought it was a dude.
I know, and I know that when people found out
Think this
that
is the look she was going
that
for.
she wasn't a dude,
Yeah.
that they started to like not listen to her music
really?
or not give her the respect. I mean, I don't know a lot about her music because I don't listen to it, but I know.
rappers, to be honest, women rappers in general are not given the same respect as
Yeah,
men.
so that's
I remember I posted a thing where I said Lauryn Hill could out-rap Nas.
yeah.
I got killed for it.
I feel like she could though.
Yeah.
She can. That's why If I Rule the World doesn't have Lauryn Hill rapping, because Nas was scared. But the guys are going to go crazy once they see this. They'll be like, yo, what you say?
I don't know. Rhapsody is a lot better than some of these.
Rhapsody's dope too. Like Rod Digger, MC Light, Queen Latifah used to be nice too.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of women that have made impact, but people don't give them that same recognition as the men.
That's why the female rappers out here trying to really go hard because
And they go hard at each other. Like
Yeah,
they're
and-
pitting what Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. I don't think Nicki Minaj is that good anymore though.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know.
think she was
about-
ever good.
She just.
I think on a mixtape she was like she at least rapped.
She was nice because like we had never heard like
Nobody
that
else.
style.
True.
Because before her, like,
There was no one. Yeah.
I mean, there was like Remy Ma, but like Remy Ma was.
But she had been
feel like
gone
Remy
for a
Ma is
long
whack.
time.
Right.
She
Remy
just
Ma never
recently
got to-
came.
Remy Ma.
So you think she's
I
whack?
don't like her.
I like my favorites are like Foxy Brown.
Yeah, what happened to her?
She went
around?
deaf.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I did hear that.
Yeah,
She went deaf?
deaf.
I thought she was in jail.
Nah, she probably was, but she
Alright,
she also went
She's
deaf.
deaf and in jail.
There's also Missy Elliott.
And then Little
Missy
Kim.
Elliott.
Little
Little
Kim.
Kim,
She just disappeared.
Little
No.
Kim's mad vulgar though.
yeah.
Like,
But Little Kim also got mad surgery, plastic surgery.
She doesn't even look like Little Kim anymore.
yo, real talk. Like she doesn't.
She's
looks
Big
like-
Kim.
Little Kim looks like they just like grabbed her face and like she looks like a dumpling. And it's like,
I never really listened to Little Kim, but the only time I've ever even heard her was on. She was featured on something. You know, I've
Biggie
never heard
song.
her solo. To even give her that, you know, like
Yeah.
that credit where
She has like I think three solo
really
albums. Yeah.
Wow. See, I've never. The only time I've
never
ever heard of her was
Probably
like
wouldn't
on
listen.
Biggie's.
She had that song "Put Your Light Up." Like I think it
Oh
shouts.
yeah, that was kind of whack. Though.
Those really.
The beat was dope though.
yeah, it was.
The beat was dope, but
no.
I don't remember the
It
verses.
was like a lot. I mean, all of her songs were super vulgar, but it's because Biggie made it that way. Knowing
But I
that-
think in general, yeah, Biggie did make her that way, like to be vulgar. I think a lot of for example, me, it's hard for me to find a woman rapper that I enjoy because I think a lot of them trying to play into this role of like I have to come out this way, kind of like the women that came before them. And I feel like, yo, just be yourself, just
Yeah.
rap about like whatever you want to rap about, and then I'll listen. Like I feel if it's not authentic, I can't listen to it, you know. And there's very few that can do it on a consistent basis. But definitely, I would like to see more women do their thing in all areas, movies, like music, arts. Obviously,
Shout out
the
to
fashion, even the fashion world, the men have power more than women.
You think so?
Yeah, you hear more about Gucci and Givenchy and Michael Kors.
They may have the label, they may own the company, but there's definitely strong women back
No, they
there
are.
making.
But that's what
the
I'm saying. Like they don't
fashion.
let women come to the forefront.
I mean, they should. I mean, the woman who designed Megan's dress,
Meghan Markle's
yeah, it was a woman.
the royal wedding.
Yeah, that royal
What you
wedding.
guys think about that?
Oh, that was a great wedding. I
Mad
felt like I
fancy.
was a part of it.
Yo, I just want to say like, yo, let no man come to my wedding looking like David Beckham.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
No, like if you're gonna look better than me, the groom, you're not allowed at my wedding.
But that's not fair, though.
Yo.
Like, it's not fair. Harry was the.
It's my day.
He probably didn't even noticed.
It's my day. Why you think women can't wear white on wedding day?
Because the. You weird.
Keep the same energy.
No. Listen, it's just not right for a woman to wear white to.
It's not right for another man to look better than the groom. Like,
But his face looked better. His outfit. I don't think the outfit looked
I think-
good.
I'm
He
talking
could've
about the
worn-
outfit.
he
I don't
could've-
care about his
he
face.
could've worn-
He could have worn pajamas and he
was
still would have looked
fire.
good. He still would have looked good.
It
Dang.
doesn't- Listen, Harry,
That's how y'all feel?
Sorry. Yes. David Beckham is better looking than him, so that's why he stole the show. And not because of what he was
He's not a
wearing.
prince though.
Doesn't matter. I would choose him before I choose the prince.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. The red hair is kind of cute though.
What?
The red hair.
What?
No, he is cute.
Yo, you
different.
finna some type
Shorty,
of way,
can you
Shorty?
speak on that?
You finna some
Different.
It doesn't matter.
Different.
I'll never meet him.
It doesn't matter. You could wear the best outfit. Two men could show up to a wedding and wear an outfit and one still look better.
Oh man,
You can
I don't
look
know.
better.
Ain't no
Text it. I
no
wanna
David
hear.
Beckham's allowed in my wedding.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know right now. You know
Definitely.
what I'm saying? But I thought her dress was whack though.
It was plain.
It was that plain, yeah.
It was plain.
No, but
It was
what was
plain, but it was-
fancy about it was the little veil.
The veil was dope.
Yeah.
The car was dope.
I think they wanted the veil to stick out because it actually meant something.
And yo, my bad to all the gangsters in the streets that are listening to me talk about the royal wedding. My street credit's gone. I,
Magno
know-
crack.
Listen, I woke up at 5 o'clock to watch that one.
I didn't see it.
That's-
I
I
just
was-
I was still in bed.
No,
I saw
watched
the
it.
highlights.
No,
such
I
a waste
watched
of
it.
time.
It was really nice. It was I'm okay with the fact that she didn't do a lot with her dress because it was simple. It just shows I think what kind of person she is. I mean,
I saw the photos.
Conservative.
I saw like the wedding photos.
Yeah.
I thought they were dope because it had like
all
the
those
black and
skins.
white and the
Yeah.
olive green.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was dope. Like the photos.
He woke up early to watch it. I was still asleep.
Yo, I love art. I can't love like photos
cried in
of a
everything.
royal wedding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not these other cats that claim to like art and they just like music.
Yeah.
No, I like all of it.
Harold.
I like the photography. I like, cinematography, everything.
Yeah.
Axel wouldn't know about that.
Yeah. Oh, you gonna let him come for you like that?
Yo, Johnny
He barely edits these videos well. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
But you still let him do it. What's wrong with you?
Hey,
we're
budgets.
looking, but we got a budget
Stop
too.
being mean.
Jen, do you want to say something?
You better clap back.
Jen.
What's Jen gonna do? Jen's been on this show before.
back.
She said she took him out. She went on dates with him just for free dinner. Like,
She never not do
Yeah.
it.
it's on the podcast. It's on the
She did not
podcast.
say his name. She didn't say with him. She said with the other dudes.
I don't know. She looked at him. She looked at him when she said that.
She said that wasn't her past life.
It's on Battle of the Sexes. That's all I'm saying. Check that episode out. That's episode 4
I
or
think
5.
you need to
Stop
bring
lying.
Jen and Axel back. Have them on the
Yo,
show to
they
clarify
can
that.
come
Every
here.
time we've invited Axel, he's chickened
scared.
out. Yeah.
I don't think someone's got to do the work.
What work?
Will
This
work.
work that he's doing.
Yo, he barely does anything. I'm telling you right now.
We know why there's not going to
messes-
be a podcast next week.
Oh, there definitely will be.
He messes up so much.
Wow.
Nah, but to tie it all back in, like, I think we've talked about some great women that have done great things.
I
Like,
think all
I like
women
Ellen
out there-
DeGeneres.
nah, you can't say all the women out there are great because not all the men out there are great.
No, I said all the women out there who are doing great. Keep it
Yeah.
up, and if you have a great support system, keep that.
Do you, boo?
And men out there, be nice, be good.
Damn.
Support
Y'all hear
them.
that?
kind.
Men of
Be
God
kind.
and men that are not of God.
I think I'm good.
Don't feel some type of way.
I'm not.
Men, I'm just saying, like in
Oh.
general, don't feel some type of way. It's a partnership, not a competition.
Oh yeah, nah, I never look at it like
Definitely
that.
not a competition.
Is that what women think though? Like,
No.
No, I'm just
I don't
saying
think
that's
that.
the way when men are not being supportive out here. I've heard of a guy said once at my job, he was like, if someone told me that a woman built that building, I wouldn't go in there. I'm like,
What the heck?
wow. He's just like, because he tried to explain it. I'm like, that's so wrong.
it's the inferiority complex that men have. Like, they feel like they always have to be in control of situations.
Yeah, that's crazy. That you would feel more secure.
If a
that-
man built it.
Yeah, a human built it. They could make mistakes,
Yeah. Nah, but we thankful for having you guys on the podcast.
I'm just saying, you guys would be lost without us, and you guys wouldn't know what life would be.
Y'all
if we
came
didn't
from
exist.
women. Like,
I know.
we spit you
I
guys
love my
out.
mom.
You
My
guys-
mom's my queen, my rock. You know what I mean? After
your
Jesus.
mom?
After
But she's
Jesus.
your mom.
Well, I
Do
don't
you
have a
give that
significant
same-
other no
but do
more
you-
right now.
But will you
I
give
said
that
no
same
more.
respect?
No, you're welcome for inviting you here. Yeah. Of
But would
course.
you have that same respect?
Yes.
For any?
Ask all my exes, all the people. I'm telling you the truth. They have
I
not
think you
one
need
bad
to
thing
meet
to
my
say.
mom to get to understand.
They have not one bad thing to say about me because I didn't leave no room for that.
I mean, I find it funny that men have issues.
I just think
with
it's
that.
funny that
No. I find it funny that men may have those issues
Yeah.
with women doing big things, but if that were their sisters, they would be out there cheering them on.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
if
true.
that was like
I cheer all
their-
women.
No,
I love all of God's
He's a
children.
cheerleader.
He's a
I love
cheerleader
all of
over
God.
here.
For women, yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you want that for your sibling, for your sister, why wouldn't you want that for your significant
I agree.
other? You know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying?
But we
So-
thank you guys for bringing for coming
bringing the
on
roast.
the show.
We're bringing the roast. No,
For
you guys
bringing the
are good, yeah.
roast and the jokes. We thank you guys, and you
the
guys can
insight.
check us out at the City this Friday, 8:00, 52 Russell Street in Cambridge. We'll be back next week. We have a special guest, King Arthur.
Wait, we don't have service this week. We'll be at retreat.
Oh, that's
yeah.
true.
I won't
We
be
don't
there.
have service this week.
We don't.
I'll
I'm
be
not
in
going.
Boston calling, but we'll still check you out.
I'll be in
Peace.
Chicago.
I'll be at work till 10
I'll be
p.m.
in New Hampshire.
I'll be in Chelsea
Retreat
for the weekend.
2018.
I mean, anyone around, feel free to come through.
Spofford. I
And
just had to plug that in there. Since you guys are not going, shame
And-
on you guys.
And we out. Peace.